Hello, and welcome to the webinar covering the Agile Ticketing Update for version 6.33. We are very excited to introduce you to the significant benefits to the Agile Ticketing System. The first enhancement we're going to cover today is our new loyalty points support. With this new feature, a customer will be able to accrue points based on their purchases and later spend those points either online or at the box office. The organization is able to define what items will allow points to accrue and what items a customer can redeem with their points. Loyalty points can be layered into a current membership program, or if your organization does not have a membership, can be added as a separate loyalty program. Similar to a membership, there can be multiple levels within the loyalty program. Each level can define the amount of points per dollar for accrual and redemption. Let's take a look. We will start by looking at a new loyalty program and what control points we have. If we click on the loyalty option in the main menu and click on the edit icon for the Agile Loyalty Program, we'll see the options for that program. From here, we'll scroll down to the new loyalty settings area. This allows us to define what items are available for point accrual and redemption. We will start by choosing our accrual mode. For this, we can choose from the following options: evaluate inclusions only, evaluate exclusions only, or evaluate both. For evaluate inclusions only, we are going to provide the specific list of items that will be included and everything else will be excluded. For evaluate exclusions only, we are going to provide the specific list of items that will be excluded and everything else will be included. For instances where the above two options may not provide enough control, we can choose evaluate both. For this example, we're going to choose to evaluate inclusions only. We see a list of inclusion criteria currently set up that defines the sales line types we want to include. These include event, donation, concessions, and merchandise. We can add another accrual qualifier and see the options we can define. We can include items based on what folder, sales line type, tier SKU level, price type, or item name. These can be exact matches based on choosing the is option, or partial matches based on choosing the contains. This allows us to define criteria that can match items based on very specific or broad terms. In this case, we're going to add a specific accrual for membership sales line type, and where the level contains director. This will only allow membership purchases that contain director in the level, such as director or director dual. Now that we have defined the criteria under which a customer will accrue points, let's take a look at controlling what a customer can redeem with their points. Redemption works in a similar way. We start by choosing the redemption mode and specifying the qualifying criteria. For this example, we're going to let customers redeem points for concessions and event tickets only. The next thing we're going to look at is how to control the points per dollar for accrual and redemption. For this, we'll scroll up to look at our price and level settings. We'll go ahead and jump into the gold level and see that we have this level set to accrue points at 12 points per dollar. This means that for items we specified in the accrual criteria, the customer will receive 12 points for each dollar spent on those items. This can be differentiated so that lower levels may receive a smaller allocation of points per dollar. For instance, we'll close out the gold settings and look at silver. And in this case, the silver level will only get 10 points per dollar spent. Similarly, we define the points per dollar value for redemption. This level is set to 100 points per dollar. That means for a $9 eligible item, they will need 900 points in order to redeem that item. This setting can also be differentiated at the different levels so that you have full control and flexibility with how you set up your loyalty points in your membership or loyalty program. Now that we have defined the loyalty point settings for the program, let's take a look at what a customer sees when making purchases online. We will start by purchasing some merchandise. With our current loyalty settings, we will get points for these purchases, but we cannot redeem points for merchandise. We will add one extra large hoodie. And we'll go ahead and continue on with this order as normal. And finish by using our payment method to pay for it. Once we get to the order confirmation, we see the loyalty points summary for this order. Since this order has $60 worth of eligible purchases at 12 points for $1, we will get 720 points for this order. One thing to note is that points do not immediately accrue in the customer's accounts. Points related to event tickets will accrue after the event date, and other purchases like merchandise, memberships, and etc. will accrue 30 days after the purchase date. Now, let's take a look at redeeming some points for tickets. With our current loyalty settings, event tickets are eligible for point accrual and redemption. We will choose what time we want to go see. And from here, we'll choose 2 admission tickets. And in this case, we have the option of using our loyalty points. We have 1,960 available. We'll go ahead and choose that. We'll see that because of the spend amount, $13 equates out to 1,300 points, in which case we'll go ahead and utilize points for one of those tickets. And we'll notice here that because we only had enough points for to cover one full ticket price, it did zero out the cost on the one at utilizing those points, whereas the other is still the full price. So we're going to go ahead and continue to check out as normal. And see on this order that we have 156 points pending for that $13 ticket we paid for, and we spent 1,300 points in order to get that ticket for free. Customers are also able to see their point status by looking in their account. If we view the orders, we can see the point status. Some will have points pending, points spent, and points earned. I can also go to under the account to the My Benefits area and see the currently available loyalty points that I have. Now let's take a look at what an agent sees when dealing with points at the box office. When accruing points, we won't really see anything notable until an order is complete. We can look at some orders via maintenance. And here we can see that loyalty points are pending of 156 on this order, and 1,300 were utilized on this order. Similarly, we can drop out of point of sale into the classic interface and see that similar information in the customer area for this order. If we want to take a deeper look at a customer point history, we can pull up their loyalty or member number and look at that loyalty tab. This shows how many points they currently have available, how many points they have pending, accrued, and redeemed, broken down by each order. Now let's jump back into that point of sale interface and purchase some more tickets. We'll go ahead and pull up that customer. And pull up the event time. We see the options to use loyalty points, and each ticket price tells us how many points it would take. If I want, I could click on the benefit summary to see how many points are available. In this case, I do not have enough points to cover even one ticket. I could still just go ahead and add my tickets, in which case it will just do them at full price. But if I did have enough points, it would act similar to how it did online, and the points would be redeemed for those free tickets. The next enhancements on our list are several new additions to our online portal. We have now added support for buyer types, delivery prices, customer classifications, and payment policies. We've also added the ability to email customers directly from their details page, as well as setting a customer's classifications. Let's take a look. Let's jump over to the settings area under pricing and take a look at buyer type. From here, we can add new buyer types or edit one that already exists. We will click on the edit icon for AMS Advanced and notice the same fields and editing capabilities that are available within the admin app. Now let's jump back over to that settings area, take a look at delivery prices. From here, we can add new delivery prices or edit one that already exists. We'll click on the edit icon for AMS Advanced gift card mail. Notice those same fields and editing capabilities that are available within the admin app. Let's go ahead and jump back over into settings area and take a look at customer classifications. From here, we can add new classifications or subclasses, and these are used to segment customers into groups. Now let's jump back over to the settings area and take a look at payment policies. I'm sure you may be seeing a theme here with all these portal additions. We can add and edit payment policies the same way in portal that we can via the admin app. For our remaining changes in portal, we're going to jump over to look at a customer's details. We will go under customer relations, customer, search for a customer, and pull up their details. I can now see the email icon next to the customer's email address. This allows us a quick way to communicate with the customer. It defaults to being from the email address defined in your organization settings, but that can be changed if needed. For now, we'll go ahead and close this out and take a look at the classifications area. And this allows us to go ahead and group customers based on classifications. This is useful for segmenting customers and using our emails and letters tool to send targeted emails to a selected class of customers. As with many of our past updates, we've continued to add more and more features to our online portal to make it easier to manage your system from any device. The next enhancement on our list deals with DKIM email signing. DKIM is an email authentication standard that is used along with SPF records to allow us to sign emails and show they are trustworthy. This can help reduce bounces and improve deliverability. For more information about how DKIM works and why it matters, check out our email delivery article in our knowledge base. For now, we're going to take a look at the system control settings in the admin app. We see under the order confirmation email tab new information that tells us the status of our email settings. Currently, both the SPF and DKIM settings are incorrect for our domain. We can add the needed DNS records or correct the from address in our case. When I click the Verify SPF record, it now finds it is correctly in place, and clicking the Verify DKIM record shows that it is also correctly in place. Having these settings in place is very important as providers like Gmail, Yahoo, and others are requiring both SPF and DKIM to ensure emails are delivered straight to a customer's inbox. The next enhancement on our list is related to guest checkout online. We have added some additional checks to make sure that additional customer records are only created when needed. This should help reduce duplicate customers within your customer database. Let's take a look. We'll go ahead and start a new online order, picking our event time, choosing some tickets, selecting the delivery method, and checking out. We'll go ahead and choose to continue as a guest. Provide our information. Now, whenever we provide the email address, the system is going to automatically do a check and notice that a customer record already exists with an online account with that email. In that case, it's going to go ahead and direct the customer to go ahead and sign in with their account. And this is going to help to reduce a duplicate customer from being created, as well as making sure that this customer's order is tied in with all the rest of the orders within their online account. Another way that the system is preventing duplicates is related to guest customers that use the guest checkout process multiple times. The system is going to do a check under the covers to notice there's already a guest record with that same first name, last name, email, and that record does not have an online account. In that case, it will use the already existing record and update any currently provided information like phone number and address. The last thing to cover is some additional reports. We have added a new period over period report to give your organization an understanding of sales trends in one period versus another. We have also added some further filtering capabilities to our tax letter process. Let's take a look. We'll go ahead and start by visiting the reports area. Go to the analysis group and click on the period over period option. In this case, we want to see how we did in 2022 versus 2023. So I set those dates and include the details by month and go ahead and click the view option. The report breaks out sales by dollar amounts and quantities by sales line types. It also breaks out dollar amounts by sales channels and folders. We can see on a whole how the organization is doing in one period versus another in the main graph. Scrolling down, we can see the exact numbers for each sales line type along with the percentage delta change comparing the two periods. We can further see details by month to see trend lines. For instance, the ticket sales in red, noting the great increase in the latter half of 2023 versus those same periods in 2022. As we continue to scroll down, we see those other breakouts by quantities, sales channels, and by folder. The other notable change for reporting is around tax letters and how those can be filtered. We will visit the customer relations, emails and letters option. We'll go ahead and start a new email and choose the orders, tax letters option. With this new option, we can provide a separated list of multiple sales line types rather than just filtering down to a single one. And this is going to allow this email to be more targeted to the correct group of letter recipients. Thank you for joining in so we could explore these new enhancements for our upcoming system update.